Denver Public Schools and the Denver Classroom Teachers Association continued contract negotiations this week. The largest sticking point seems to be the amount of the teacher pay increase. The district has proposed providing $23 million for a 10% hike, but the union wants to see $30 million and higher education incentives for teachers. The union officially filed an intent to strike this week, and if they do, it would be the first teacher strike in Denver in over 20 years. Patty, do you think a strike is really on the table?
Sure it is. There are going to be votes today, and Saturday, and then Tuesday. The earliest a strike could happen would be Tuesday night. They're only about $4 million apart right now. They've got 4 days to solve it, but it's going to be sticky. I mean, I wonder how Susana Cordova is enjoying her first days at the top. How much fun for her. And I wonder if Roy Romer is going to ride to the rescue. Remember when he did that back in 1994? So far, we haven't seen Jared Polis show any inclination to jump in. But the news of this stalemate, first of all, it makes the A-line look like a smooth ride. But the news of this stalemate has certainly overshadowed any good news about graduation rates, which we heard from DPS and Jeffco and Aurora this week.
Craig, this seems right now in Denver to be a very union-friendly environment for the teachers union. I realize this is DPS versus the teachers union, but you have Denver as blue as it's ever been, approving every tax increase. It is boom times right now for everybody Democratic. Are you surprised to see the union and the school district at odds?
Well, I'm not surprised that it goes down to the wire. I think you've diagnosed it, and that's why I don't anticipate a walkout, an actual strike. It's the left versus the left. And I think Jared Polis may ride into the rescue. I am a proud Denver Public Schools graduate. Ellis, Fallis, Hill Junior High, back when we had junior highs, George Washington High School. Denver Public Schools, since I graduated or shortly thereafter, always seems under pressure one way or the other. Actually, when I was going, when desegregation started, and there's been a struggle for money. I think back to Michael Bennett, and he's done some good things for Colorado, but he lost a ton of money in Wall Street there. Then you had time, I'm going on sabbatical, Boasberg, and then paving the way for the single finalist, Susana Cordova. It seems like sort of an inside game, but strikes are disruptive. I hope they don't have one. It's just like a government shutdown. It hurts the people.
Mm-hmm. Eric, are we seeing some standard negotiation tactics right here?
Yeah, we're seeing a teachers union which both locally and nationally, look at what's going on in Los Angeles at the moment, is feeling its oats. And you started seeing that last year in Colorado and in Arizona and elsewhere. So yes, unions are energized. A lot of the ed reform movement in Denver has been in the forefront of that, whatever that phrase means these days, is feeling somewhat in retreat, at least in my estimation. I guess my own take on this, I hope it doesn't go to a strike, but I think the district is already caved in a lot of respects. I mean, the notion that you can't have differentiated pay or accelerated pay based on performance, based on teachers who are willing to go into high poverty schools, those are major steps backward in my mind, not steps forward. Good teachers ought to be paid much more. There is no dispute about that, but there needs to be some differentiation. I look back at my kids' experience when in public schools, in Denver public schools, and my own take was about 60-65% of their teachers were solid A teachers. They're doing the Lord's work, and by God, they ought to be getting paid more than they're getting paid. But there was 35 or 40% of their teachers, and I mean, we're talking about the A line here and grade inflation, 35 or 40% of their teachers were C's or C minuses or worse. And they should have been in another line of work. But in the current construct, they're all paid more or less the same. If you want to be treated as a professional, then you ought to have some performance standards and not some uniform pay system.
Ed, do you think that DPS and union are really that far apart? Is this kind of the drama of negotiation?
Well, I mean, from what I've seen and what I've read, it seems like now they're down from $30 million apart to $7 million apart in salaries. And I really question if $7 million apart is going to justify a strike. I mean, you're right. Both the teachers and the unions are riding big waves right now. The teachers saw a lot of public support for people wanting to see them get more pay when they marched last year. The unions are feeling pretty good because Democrats swept across Colorado offices. But I don't know that that good feeling continues if schools are closed for a week or more and parents say, wait, what am I going to do with my kids? What if I'm a low-income working parent and I have no idea how I'm going to pay for my kids to be with somebody or whatnot? I think strikes test the public goodwill in a way that is vastly underestimated by the people who are about to go on them. Yes, Denver wants to see its teachers paid more. If that means the schools are going to be closed for weeks on end, I'm not sure that Denver is going to be so much behind the teachers anymore.